Discover Japan and beyond through food experiences with BuyFood.com.
Right now, I'm inside of one of Japan's terrifying eel farms, a farm that raises over 250,000 eels for human consumption each year.
Today, I'm on a mission to learn how Japan turns something slimy and disgusting into a culinary work of art.
This is eel and egg.
This is an egg brick. You could build a house with this.
And by the end of this video, I'll be risking my life in order to do what few locals have done before, eating an eel raw.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, dying.
Welcome to Shizuoka, the eel capital of Japan, where unagi is not just a food, but a way of life. This region is famous for its pristine waters, ideal climate, and centuries-old eel farming traditions. That's what makes it one of the top freshwater eel producers of Japan. In a moment, we'll go to an eel farm, where we'll find out exactly what it takes to raise Japan's prized unagi. We have entered into the eel's lair. In here, it's about 100% humidity, while outside, it's about 32 degrees. Hence the creeping fog spreading out throughout the room. Eels are slimy, but it turns out when you raise eels in a tent like this, everything is slimy. Look at that wall. Look at the ceiling. There's slime everywhere. Now, of course, a very important part of raising healthy, tasty eels is feeding them.
On the eel's dinner menu, fish paste, a mixture designed to replicate the eel's natural diet. The natural part is the fish they eat, like sardines and anchovies, though the unnatural part is the disgusting goo ball those fish are turned into.
Actually, it doesn't smell that bad. I've never seen anything so disconcerting as this. Hundreds, maybe thousands of eels, and they're so vicious. They cling to the food. They're trying to push each other out of the way, but they don't have any arms. And then they take big bites of this giant, mucky glob of fish paste.
These are Japanese eels, but in kitchens, they're called unagi, a Japanese word that simply means freshwater eel. Each year, this farm produces 60 tons of eel, satisfying a tiny portion of this country's massive eel demand. Agawa-san is here to walk me through the eel farming process.
Could you tell me a little bit about where we are right now?
This is the final processing facility for the eels. Here, they're just resting and waiting to be transported. They have to keep them in water to ensure that they're still fresh and alive.
Returning as my guide to this country, Miss Universe Japan 2024, Kaya.
How does the eel raising process begin?
When they're in their egg, they come from the ocean first, and then when they're like almost like a tadpole, they come through the Japanese river, and that's where they get them and bring them here.
Since Japanese eels only start reproducing at 12 years of age, breeding them on farms is not cost effective. Instead, farms like this go out and catch baby eels in the wild, then raise them in a feeding pool like you saw earlier.
It's gonna take at least 6 months to fully mature into the size that we can eat, but it can also take 1.5 years for some. It's like competition.
So they're not categorized according to age, it's according to their size.
Once the eels are big enough, the cozy pool they call home is drained, turning their former residence from this into this.
Moments ago, you saw me just feed the eels, and I fed them in a pool just like this. Now, this pool has just been drained, and the eels moved out of here by way of an eel super highway. The eels get sucked through a pneumatic tube, the same kind of tubes you see at your bank when you send them your money from your car. So the eels have gone from this building to another building. They thought they were flushed down the toilet for a second, and then they go, oh wait, we're okay again. For now. Hungry Japanese folks are lurking, and they want some unagi.
Farm workers pick up the eels that failed to catch the water train on time, or those that end up stuck in the mud. Then they reunite the eels with their slimy friends in a temporary holding pool, where the eels wait to be sorted.
We have come to the eel sorting center. This is awesome. Now, from that temporary pool, they get pumped up to here. This is a sorting station. This place is critical for making sure the correct eels get brought out of this place. Most of these eels are adults, and they're ready to be processed and move on to the next step, which is becoming food. Here's how it works. So here we have a wooden grate. If they're small enough, they'll squeeze through. Oh, that one's not small enough. Oh, some of them get stuck. It's like a traffic jam in here. What I'm saying is if an eel is small enough, it will go through that gap and it will go into a basket and it'll be returned to a pool where it can grow even bigger. This is a pretty dicey job. These old guys working here, they're usually strapped in, and that's because it can be very slippery, and also they have to lean over. So it gives them a nice back support so they can stand like this. Good old guy posture.
The big eels that can't squeeze through the grate move all the way to the end of the line, where they're caught by a basket. baskets are then suspended in a waiting pool to keep the selected eels alive and fresh until transport. A 30-minute truck ride takes them to a nearby processing facility, where they're mass processed into Japan's most iconic eel dish.
This place is where they sort the eels once more. So they back up a truck literally full of eels, they dump the eels out from these baskets, and they sort them out right here. Yes, we did sort the eels already, but here they do it once again with even more detail. In the front section, we have medium, here we have large, and over here we have the smallest eels. So the biggest, thickest, baddest eels are right here in this middle section, just slithering down to meet their fate that awaits them. This place is processing up to 30,000 eels per day. They're turning these slippery, slimy creatures into something absolutely delicious. Perhaps the world's most delicious eel recipe, kabayaki.
Kabayaki is a Japanese grilling art that transforms slimy, fishy eels into tasty, glossy fillets. While the factory churns them out in bulk with high-tech machines, I get to see this 700-year-old dish crafted the traditional way by Chef Oguri-san.
Right here. Oh God, I was told he was gonna tickle it to death. He's cutting the head. Well, he doesn't break the head completely. He just severs the spine right behind the head. From here, he takes a knife and he slips it down the back along the spine of the eel.
The chef's movements are mirrored in the factory's filleting room, but with hundreds or even thousands more eels.
And you can see all of the internal organs in the front third of the eel. And all behind the organs, you can see this nice clean fillet. Right now, he's gonna carefully extract the organs and the spine. He removes the spine, not taking any meat with it.
While the factory only keeps the fillets and discards the organs, Oguri-san carefully saves them for a special, albeit slightly challenging dish he'll serve us later. For the kabayaki, after removing the head, he skewers the eel fillet horizontally to keep it flat while grilling over charcoal. Meanwhile, in the factory, eel fillets lay open on a conveyor belt that carries them through a massive electric grilling machine, like a tanning bed set between high heat and slightly charred. Once the eel meat is firm, Oguri-san dips it in a magical blend of soy sauce, sake, sugar, and mirin before placing it back on the grill. He repeats this dipping and grilling process 3 times to create the rich, flavorful coating that kabayaki is known for. Thanks to modern technologies, the mass-produced kabayaki goes through a similar process without ever leaving the conveyor belt. The factory-made kabayaki will reach its final destination in grocery and convenience stores, while Oguri-san's masterpiece teams up with rice and meets me at the table.
Who makes kabayaki better? A human or a machine?
He works for the company that has the factory. This may make his head explode.
Still, factories cannot keep up with how we make it because he can see, visualize, and adjust what cooking when necessary, and factories still can't do that.
I love that because of this chef's pride, he's willing to sacrifice his job here. Are you gonna be okay?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's time for us to go for it. Now, as you pick it up, you can see it's so soft and tender. That skin that was once slimy and slippery is now fatty.
It's best to eat just the eel first, then you can mix it with the rice later.
Wow. I've never had this dish this good. There's like kind of a top leathery, slightly crunchy layer. It's sweet and it's just been dredged or soaked with that sweet sauce. But then there's some natural saltiness that comes from the fish itself. And then that fat, the fat just helps everything melt right on your tongue.
It has a nice depth of flavor with the smokiness. That's what I really like about it.
Once you get past the fillet, you can work your way down into the rice, which has been soaked with that same sweet brown sauce.
This is perfect.
Chef, I'm really, truly blown away. Oishi. How do you say very?
You want to say it with slang?
Yeah.
めっちゃ美味しい.
Mecha oishi.
Yes.
Remember all those eel organs? Well, instead of discarding them, Oguri-san skewers them up before cooking.
This is what they refer to as eel liver, but actually it's not just the liver. It's basically all of the internal organs, including its bile sac.
The organ skewers receive the kabayaki treatment, starting on the grill.
You as a chef and people in Japan, do you prefer farm-raised eels or wild-caught eels?
まあ天然も美味しい時はありますけど
The dipping grilling process infuses the organs with the same flavor that blessed our eel fillet.
Contrast to belief, we think that fresh and wild caught is going to be tastier, but actually the ones that's grown commercially is going to be better because you can control the amount of food that you're giving them, the oxygen level, so it's going to taste so much better than what we see in the wild.
The other good thing about being farm-raised is that the internal organs, like these, they've only experienced good quality, clean food, because this next bite is going to be something a little bit challenging. So I've had something similar when I was in Vietnam. We had eel and we cooked the bile sac and we ate it and it was very, very bitter. Now, when we bite, you know what? Don't even ask. That's a different flavor. Oh, yeah, it just popped in my mouth.
Yeah. Juicy.
Like a wood tick that got too big. It's like there's a lot of sweet brown sauce on there. There's a lot of char too. That gives it a little bit of flavor. You can taste the intensity of the eel through its organs. It's a much more vibrant, intense, amplified flavor and a little bit bitter. Everywhere I go in Asia, anytime you eat something a little bit unusual, they say it's good for you in some way. Does eating the bile sac give me any superpowers?
なんだろうな言っていいのかな夜の方がすごいと思います
I'm not sure if I can say this on screen.
Oh. You can say it.
It's good for at night, like sexual stuff, like for men.
Go on.
Well, scientifically, it has a lot of vitamins in it.
おそらくもう今3本目食べてらっしゃるんでっていう
You're saying, since this is your third steak, you probably can't sleep tonight.
Do you have a takeaway container?
Next, we're leaving the factory and heading to a proper restaurant where eel dishes go far beyond kabayaki, transforming into culinary works of art.
This is an egg brick. You could build a house with this.
This is umaki, which is eel and egg. This is bigger than anything I've seen in a restaurant. Usually it's like half of this size, so this is crazy.
I think that we should work our way up to that. And we should start with this right here. This is the eel tempura.
Tempura is the Japanese name for anything battered and deep fried, including whole eel fillets. The fillets put on a coat of flour and a layer of batter. Then they swim in bubbling oil until they're fluffy and crispy.
The traditional way is to take the radish and mix it in with the tsuyu, which is dashi, soy sauce, mirin, sake, and bonito flakes. We can take our tempura eel and just dip it and eat it. Wow.
You like it?
I love it. It's so fluffy, oily, but the radish cuts the oiliness out.
Right, this is cold, it's cool, it's refreshing. And this is extremely oily. And not just the batter and the fact that it's fried, but the eel itself is pretty oily. So this is a perfect combination.
You can really taste the eel, like what eel actually tastes like.
I would say that's ID eel. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Now buried somewhere in here is an eel.
In a bowl, our chef cracks in 8 eggs and pours in dashi, a stock made from bonito flakes. He whips them up well before adding sugar and soy sauce.
What I think probably happened is he started with an eel and then he coated it with egg and then rolled it, like rolling it down a hill? No. Tell me.
We start with cooking the egg in this rectangular pan first. Once you build up a good foundation, then you can add the eel. And then you roll it. You tip the pan over slightly and you add more egg mixture and you just keep repeating that process until it becomes a brick.
Boom. Whoa. That's way more eel than I expected. This is like eel. Surreal.
You can eat this alone actually because the egg should have that dashi flavor.
It's full of flavor.
Yeah.
It's weird. There's plenty of oil that went into both of these dishes,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel that heavy.
And I was hit with like a smoky flavor from the eel actually.
How do you feel right now?
The eel.
That's lame. Fluffy egg, flaky eel. The textures meld together perfectly. It's got that dashi flavor. Like you said, a little smoky. It's excellent.
Excellent.
You're getting pretty good. Here's what we should do next. The owner of this restaurant has a special dish he's preparing for us. What I've heard is that eels in Japan, they're like beef. They're graded differently and there's different levels of quality. So I want to talk to the Too much explanation. Editor, just write some voiceover, please. Chef, put her there.
Thank you.
Akimoto-san is the representative director of Gozaro Restaurant.
地元の食材
This is a restaurant that specializes in
local food.
Do you want to do the whole interview in English?
No.
Chef, I want to talk about this right here. I've never seen an eel so vulnerable looking. It looks naked. It looks like I walked in on an eel as it was getting out of the shower.
で、我々は
We here at the restaurant believe that this is the best way to truly taste the eel.
This is shirayaki, a cooking method that begins with filleting and grilling the eel, similar to kabayaki. But unlike kabayaki, shirayaki requires only a light sprinkle of salt and a spray of sake.
Everybody knows in Japan there is Wagyu beef. That has a rating system from, I don't know, A through F and 1 through 5. But it's my understanding that you're also grading the eels. How does that work?
浜名湖は2つのレベルがある
The grilled unagi takes a short break from the grill and rests inside a steamer to rehydrate and enhance its tenderness.
There's actually just 2 levels of eels. So the standard can be both male and female eels, but the Deshiko, which is the premium, can only be female eels.
While regular eels possess 20% body fat, the Deshiko eels have 28%. And more fat means more flavor.
So today have you served us a standard eel or the Deshiko eel?
デシコです
Nice.
After the steaming section, the unagi's skin side is grilled once more to regain its crispiness. The shirayaki is served with finely grated garlic and wasabi.
So he actually served this dish to the emperor of Japan, and they really love the grated garlic and wasabi with the unagi.
That is the way to try eel. It is so soft, fat, tender, juicy. It's really delicate, flaky meat. You have the fat kind of interspersed within the meat, but then of course, the skin is so fatty too. I thought since it's a freshwater animal that it might be minerally, that it might have some gaminess or funk to it. It is such a clean flavor.
I was skeptical at first about the garlic, but it's really, really good.
Oh, the garlic's very nice. The garlic is very potent. It is like don't say nuclear bomb. It is like, like a explosive device of flavor. Jesus, I'm not doing good here. Should we try it out with wasabi?
はい
The wasabi and garlic are similar. They're both really intense and kind of burn you. And it really cuts through that intensity of the eel.
Which do you like?
The eel. If I had to choose between these three, I would take the eel.
Our last stop is a restaurant that attracts travelers from all over Japan. Here they serve over 10,000 sashimi eels each year. That means 10,000 eels served raw.
Konnichiwa, Nakamura-san.
こんにちはサニーさん
I forgot my next line. That took all my energy to remember that.
Meet Nakamura-san, the man who's responsible for our sashimi eel and maybe even our lives.
I'm told that when you make the sashimi, you have to prepare it properly or else something bad could happen to the people who are eating it. Stomach.
Oh no
You won't die, but your stomach will be in lots of pain, I'm assuming.
60
To be killed, you'd have to drink 60 eels' blood.
Possible. What is a proper process to kill an eel and then drain its blood so it can be used for sashimi?
そこが一番重要な
It must be still living when it is prepared.
Oh,
If you kill it first, the blood will bleed out and the blood will get all over the eel, and that will make it poisonous.
切るというかですね
We have to first chop the head and the tail off. And then he puts a mysterious white powder into the ice bowl, and then
血液がどんどん出てきます
that sounds like me after I eat Indian food.
so he places the freshly chopped eel into the mysterious liquid, and it starts spewing out blood from both ends.
Wow. That is quite a visual.
The chef repeats this process multiple times over 3 hours to ensure the meat is cleansed of any blood. Then he slices the eel meat and blanches the skin before slicing it thin. The only problem, unbeknownst to us, some blood still remains, which we'll find out soon.
Now, we're gonna try this in one moment, but first I wanna talk about this right here.
So these are the eel's bones. They have been made into a chip form.
Here's what I love. Basically today we will have eaten every part of the eel except for its face. Huh, it's kind of like a fish skin chips, but it's got a lot of flavor though.
It doesn't feel like I'm eating a bone. It feels like I'm eating like the skin of the potato, like a little gritty.
That's true.
It would be a great accompany with some sake. Kanpai!
I think that was the liquid courage I need to try this right here.
All right.
This seems like something that'd be pretty rare. What percentage of Japan do you think's actually tried this?
Honestly, I think like 5 to 10%.
Now what's interesting here is he's using the Dashiko eel that has 80% fat.
But it doesn't look fatty. Do
Each piece is so thin.
you want to dip it in the soy sauce?
No, I want to go full eel. I want to see if eating eel raw is going to be a brand new, enlightening experience. Different from fugu, different from just normal fish. A little bit more gummy than I expected. Slightly chewy. There's a bit of minerality to it.
Did your tongue go kind of numb?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. He puts a white powder in with the eel, and maybe that powder's in our mouth now, making it go slightly numb. There's a strange sensation when eating this.
It's confusing me. Should I be scared?
Yeah, and now I'm feeling it like in my throat.
Yeah. It's like spreading?
Is it from the sake?
I don't know.
I think we should call him over here.
ここにお願いしてもいいですか?
We're eating this. It's making us feel weird.
えぐいって感じ。それ痺れる感じ。
This little pinkish red part of the eel is blood vessels. And that's the same feeling of the blood in a way. Some people feel it, but most people don't actually.
But what's the worst that could happen?
あれ死んじゃうってことでしょ。
Well, dying. He muttered.
I shouldn't say what's the worst. What's most likely to happen?
一瞬その瞬間こう
It'll quickly go away. It just happens when it's in your mouth.
特にポン酢を使
The
う
taste might actually diminish if you eat it with the ponzu sauce.
I can eat the whole plate and still live?
Yes.
Jeff, thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。
セーフティー
Safety. Hit it with a little bit of sauce. That's delicious. Seems slightly chewy texture, but of course it soaked up all that delicious ponzu sauce. Before we wrap up, right here we have some eel skin. It looks curled up and cute and tiny. Cheers.
Kind of reminds me of pig skin, like the texture.
That's because it's mostly just made of pure fat. It's very thin, it's very small. I mean, this is the confetti of eel skin. Not much flavor, it's just a little bit of a texture sensation, and it's not making my mouth go numb.
Yeah, that's a good part. I think people would want to eat this because of the unique texture it serves rather than like the taste.
Well, I think it's just an experience.
Yeah.
We're sitting here wondering if we're gonna die. I'm wondering if there's something in my sake, and if you drugged me.
Me?
You didn't drug me, no?
No.
It's really hard to get drugged as a 40-year-old balding guy. Boom! Today we ate several different eel dishes. And Kaya, I want to know right now, which one was your absolute favorite?
My favorite will have to be the shirayaki.
The white eel. That is a good choice. But if I had to pick one eel dish, it would be the classic karayaki.
Oh!
It was my first taste of eel. It was crispy, sweet, fatty. It was just so delicious, and it was my favorite.
What would be your second favorite?
That's it.
Discover Japan and beyond through food experiences with BuyFood.com. Join a local food tour and dive into food experiences across vibrant neighborhoods, hidden gems, and family-run eateries.
It's so good.
From sizzling street snacks to Michelin-starred feasts. Buy Food connects you to the soul of local cuisine.
I've never had anything like this.
Book food tours, cooking classes, and more on BuyFood.com.